Oh, I wish we had like a rap like Cam Newton because you're like, welcome to 4th and 1. Hey, welcome to Warrior. What? I wish we had something like that. We here, Bunch on TV. Hey, be here, Bunch on TV. Hey.
You're weirdo, man. You're weirdo, man.
Oh, but what's good, YouTube? I'm Shabazz, 90 Baps. We the BaptisteBros. What's Gucci week 1? I feel like deep sighs, the weight off our shoulders of the season, the off season is finally over. Because coming tomorrow, we got football back, man. I'm happy. I know 90 Baps is happy. That means we could put money into FanDuel and put bread on. You know what I'm saying? It was nice. I think after June, some UFC parlays I tailed, some baseball, but nothing big. So I was like, all right, I'm chilling. Like I loved it. All season was great. 2K came out. What you drinking, Nazir? What you drinking over there, huh?
Oh, it's just water, man. Just water.
Oh, just water. You know, I got the water, but also got the XXL peach flavor.
Oh, peach.
Yeah, had a long day at work, man. You know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. We here, man. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. It's feel good. Like I'm more like having gone to a big school at Notre Dame. Like week 1 of college football, kind of got my itch, but now it's an itch I can't satisfy without NFL football. So as Shabazz said, it's good to be back. NFL starts tomorrow. We got NFL all weekend, literally Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. Red Zone's back. Scotty H, the GOAT, he's back in our lives on Sunday. Hey man, we talking a lot, but we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about parlays, we're gonna talk about every game, the spread, what we thinking, key injuries that we know of. But before all that, drop a like. Subscribe if you're new. Tell a friend to tell their friends to tell their friends. And good old quality H2O. Let's get right.
Oh man. All right.
Enough of the bullshit, man. We got Thursday night football.
Ravens at Arrowhead. They're I think their 4th banner
Of all time. No, they fourth banner of all time.
You feel me? 3rd with Mahomes, with Kelsey and the crew. Hey man,
I'm gonna give you the spotlight.
They looking good. You know what I'm saying? They're the champs. You know what I'm saying? They are the champs for real. I think Mahomes is in September. Him and Andy Reid, they're very potent, very potent. But so is them boys in Baltimore. You feel me? I think I seen a stat today where both Mahomes and Lamar are both 5-1 in week 1.
Whoa.
So you feel me? I think we're 8-1 in our last 9 primetime games. I think defense travels. Running game travels. You see that jersey, that Natty Bass guy? He got that Derrick Henry Ravens jersey. You see it.
Got it from a blueberry festival out in Indiana.
El Cool, my boy.
El Cool spot gang league. What's good, gang? The chop easy, no bleezy.
But regarding the Ravens and Chiefs, I think obviously everyone at my job knows I'm a Ravens fan, proud Ravens fan, through the ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? One dude, he's a Bills fan. He's like, "Oh, you nervous, huh?" I'm like, first, it's only week 1. Like week 1 doesn't immediately win you the Super Bowl, lose you the Super Bowl. Like for the last couple years, I think since the Rams won, the winner of the Super Bowl has lost week 1. So remember the Rams got sprayed by Buffalo. Then the Chiefs lost to things.
They lost the line.
They lost through the line. So it's like, hey, it's an avenue for Oh, thank you, Elku. We've been looking forward to this. I think we win. I think it's gonna be close. I think having Derrick Henry is gonna be the difference. Everyone, Nick Wright. This is my personal gripe with Nick Wright. He's like, oh, we lost offensive linemen. We lost offensive players. We lost our defensive coordinator. We not even top. We not in the Nick tiers. We not even above the Chicago Bears, which is again my personal beef with Caleb aside, lunacy. I think we are gonna send a message to the league, and we're gonna protect the rock, Lamar, Zay Flowers. We're gonna be smart defensively. I think Kyle Hamilton is gonna lock down Travis Kelsey to the best of his abilities. And the fact that they don't got Hollywood makes it a little easier. Because all you gotta do is key in on Xavier Worthy in his first ever game. The rookie Flutters is gonna be there. And Roquan lock Isaiah Pacheco down. With that said, Ravens win money line plus the 3, whatever you want to do. If you're not feeling confident in my Ravens, that's cool. Am I worried that we might lose? Sure. Because Mahomes is the Michael Jordan of the generation. He's that guy. But if we lose week 1, that means we got 16 more games to go. So, feel me? But we win week 1. A chance for 17-0 happens. So, let's go, Ravens. Let's get in. Let's get right. Let's go in there. And for me, what was the analogy I was saying a lot last year? Going to the crib, make himself a sandwich, pour himself some XXL, put their robes on, and be chilling. Keep the feet up and watch some. We can bring their P5 over. Play some 2K. That's what's gonna happen tomorrow. Believe that. Facts.
Hey man, I'm gonna read. I'm the stats guy, so there's a thing that's on. This is a gambling statistics. Lamar Jackson, in his entire career, has been an underdog 14 times.
Really?
Do you want to know what his record against the spread is?
14-0.
12-1-1.
Wow.
He don't lose like that. And then if he loses, that's fine. He always covers. He's 10-4 straight up.
Well, he has the second highest winning percentage ever.
He's
behind Mahomes. So Mahomes don't lose in the regular season. Lamar don't lose in the regular season.
He said this yesterday, and I said it yesterday. He's like 28.
27.
27. He's a 2-time MVP at 27 years old. The only thing missing from his resume is a Super Bowl ring. That's the only thing that's missing. I said I have the Ravens winning the Super Bowl. I think they get their lick back starting week 1. And even if you said they get their loss, hey, get it out early, punch the Raiders in the mouth the next week off of 10 days rest and make it happen. But again, we're focusing on week 1. I got the Ravens straight up to win. I think that the Chiefs didn't really do much in the offseason to still address the defensive line. They still, at least in my opinion, can't stop the run. And adding my favorite running back probably of all time, maybe not, probably Chris Johnson. Got to give respect to Chris Johnson.
All day AP.
But as of right now, is Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry, like 1A, 1B. They added one of the greatest running backs of all time into their backfield, and it's literally a runner's night. It's a defender's nightmare because, you're going to get pounded and pounded and pounded by Derrick Henry or get finessed by Lamar. Pick your poison. And if that doesn't happen, I still love Isaiah Likely. I still love Mark Andrews. I still love Zay Flowers, even though he has to redeem himself for that fumble. You guys have weapons. You guys have a lot of good weapons. Just utilize it and run the fucking ball. Play. Why did you try to be a Seattle Marshawn Lynch situation? You want to make Lamar Jackson the hero? Yeah, making the hero by running the ball down the throat to the Kansas City Chiefs. Why did he win MVP? His passing stats isn't. Dak had more passing yards. Brock Purdy had more touchdowns. Tua had more passing yards and touchdowns. But what makes Lamar so dangerous is the fact that he can run better than almost anybody. He's the best running quarterback of all time. And yes, that is, what about Mike Vick? No, he's better than Mike Vick. He's not faster than Mike Vick, but better in terms of running with the ball in his hands. It's insane. I got the Ravens to win straight up, but +3, obviously.
The
Brazil.
Our offensive lineman, we got 3. No, I had 2. I would say 2 because everyone was like, "Oh, we got all new." Freaking, what's this dude's name? Ronnie Stanley Domer, by the way. He's been our left tackle forever. He just injury prone. Tyler Linderbaum's coming off the neck injury. Hopefully, he could be back to his old pro self, best center in the game. Don't at me. And then, especially now that Kelsey's gone, best center in the game. And then Patrick McCarry, he's like interchangeable as a guard and a tackle. So it's really our second year Andrew Voorhees and some random dude as the right guard. We gotta make some shake because Chris Jones is a monster. He is a monster, so we gotta contain that. We Gucci, we got it, y'all we got it. But now everything should be quick, except for when we get to the Saints. But it should be quick. All right, Nacho, you saying?
Hey, in Brazil, favorite country I've been to ever, man. In Sao Paulo, Brazil, not in Rio. They're in Sao Paulo this week. Packers and Eagles both wear green, and they can't wear green in Brazil. There was like a rumor going around that green is a messed up color to wear in Brazil. Can neither confirm or deny those statements. But regarding the game itself, Eagles are favored by 2.5. I hate picking this game because they both are good teams. I think they both addressed issues on the defensive side of the ball because their secondaries are both basura. Barkley, you're right. Saquon Barkley is now a Philadelphia Eagle. Jordan Love is getting a lot of love as an MVP candidate, favorite type beat, sneaky pick for MVP. I wish I can just say I'm betting the over and score more, but I got to give a winner. I'm going to go with Philly because they have an established run game that even when all else fails with Jalen Hurts and his accuracy, yeah, they still have A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and the tight end. I'm blanking on the name right now. Goddard, Darius Goddard. Thank you. I think that adding Saquon is making that running game and being able to hold on to leads even much better. Yes, Jason Kelsey retired, first ballot Hall of Famer in my opinion, but he'll be all right. Give me the Eagles. Yeah, but I think the Eagles win by 3 by a field goal. So I guess I got the Eagles to cover.
I would say I agree with you 100%. I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think they're more locked in than the Packers. Everyone's like, oh, they're not mentally tough because of the do's and the don'ts. But hey, when a team is saying we're just going to stay in our hotel and lock in and just play this game and go back home, I think that gives them I disagree with the rest of the world saying that, oh, they're not mentally tough. The vibes are there. Yeah, sure, the vibes might not be there with Hurts and Nick Sirianni, but I think Jalen Hurts is one of the best professional, like in terms of being a professional, keyword, professional athlete. Like his whole thing was keeping the main thing. Like that's what he's always been saying. I think that he's going to be more of a vocal leader now that Kelsey's gone. And he's gonna step up tremendously. So Elku, I'm pretty sure you're watching, my boy. I'm rolling. We both rolling with your Eagles. You can go 2.5. I do think it's gonna be a high scoring game, so you might want to bet the over as well because both defenses are trash. But I do think that besides Jair, I said it yesterday. There's no real playmakers in Green Bay.
They did get Xavier McKinney. You gotta give him credit. Giant safety. They did get him, and he was like one of the shining stars on the Giants defense last year.
I say again, besides Jair, in Green Bay. But in Philly, there's no proven guys, but Jalen Carter is a dog. He had I think he's going to make a couple big splash plays and maybe get a forced fumble. Josh Jacobs is going to have a hard time blocking for chip blocking or trying to get open and make something shake. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles to go 1-0. All right, Titans Bears. Now, Caleb Williams' first game. The NFL script writers, man, they wrote it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, that's our number one overall quarterback. Let's give him a home game, his first start against a Titans team with new coaching, new culture. Will Levis has some question marks. So everyone's probably heavily leaning Chicago, but not me.
What? Going with the upset?
Upset alert. Give me the Titans as a pick 'em, but as my FanDuel, I have +4.5. But give me the Titans. I think they have skills. They got skill positions everywhere. Underrated signing was L'Jarius Sneed as a corner. Now, granted, Chicago got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, who you love. I love them too. They got DeAndre Swift in the backfield. And they got Caleb Williams, who's a Patrick Mahomes 2.0. You can't say 2.0 because that 2.0
Means
he's better, but you're not better than the guy who's doing it right now. So I say Mahomes 0.5. And I gotta say it to believe it. I said yesterday, hey, like if he goes off and cooks, then I will shut up, 100%. But until then, I'm gonna talk my shit to prove it otherwise. But I think Will Levis, Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears, Calvin Ridley. I don't think D-Hop's playing. Yo, that's a mad loud game.
I'm sorry.
D-Hop and all the guys they got on offense, and then Jeffrey Simmons on defense. Game record. So give me the Titans with an offensive head coach and Brian Callahan. So give me them to upset the Bears.
That was cute. You don't believe that shit. Give me the Bears, man. It's my 4.5. I'm watching it with Bears fans. I'm happy. Bears are. I know we have a segment with Survivor picks. Bears are one of my picks.
How many picks you got, huh?
2.
Okay.
I have like multiple leagues, but the Bears and Saints are both of my picks. I'm explaining why the Bears in a second. Well, Bears right now. Bears. The defense was bad last year before they got Montez Sweat.
True.
Now they have an offseason of him there with all-pro Jalen Johnson. With, as you mentioned, all the offensive weapons that they added. Am I expecting the Titans to put up a fight? Of course. If they had Mike Vrabel, I probably would join you with that Titans +4.5. I don't know how Brian Callahan is going to be in terms of a coach, what his philosophy is going to be. I don't trust Will Levis. And that's mainly the 2 reasons. Caleb Williams' hype train starts now. Get behind it or fall behind it.
That's the slogan, huh? Get behind it, fall behind
it before you fall behind it, man. Also, Uncle, we didn't do fantasy this year, man. We didn't really do fantasy this year. So you can give us your lineup and what like people need. Like, oh, I think I should play this person or this person. We didn't really do fantasy this year, so can't really give you, but we'll give you perspective on, oh, we would start this person. We try to stay away from fantasy, which was like, you know what? It's a lot of time commitment that we both going through things outside of this show. We're like, fantasy is a lot. But if you need fantasy advice, definitely let us know. Then we got the Kirk Chain's debut in Atlanta, -3.5 against Pittsburgh. I don't like Atlanta. I love the city. I love the food. I love the people. My black melanated people. We in there. But Steelers, man, they find a way to get things done. The Falcons, I'll give Falcons all the credit in the world. They have a fantastic offensive line. They play in the dome, so Kirk Cousins is going to love it. They have underrated weapons that are only underrated because Desmond Ridder was so bad. Kyle Pitts is a good tight end, just didn't get exposed because, again, Desmond Ridder was bad. Bijan Robinson was like a top 5, I think, pick in most fantasy leagues because, again, he's an electric back. And then you have Drake London, who's not as good as Garrett or Chris Olave, but there that he's good. He has some good potential. But again, all that's undershining because Desmond Ritter was so bad. So just off of having the Kirk Cousins name alone, you would think that the Falcons would have a chance to win this game. But this is where the Steelers always do this. They go into a road. I just got the Steelers to win. I got the Steelers to win outright. I'm gonna put the cover spread so I can make a teaser for it to go down. But I think the Steelers, man, I know they don't have. I know it's not. Let's fade Russ as much as you can, and that's what Shabazz is probably gonna do. Fade Russ, smoke the Russ pack, let Russ cook. No, let Russ die. Not actually die because we don't want to kill people, but let Russ die. Football, metaphorically speaking. But I just think that the newness of Atlanta is gonna take some time to gel. And again, Kirk Cousins is coming off of a meniscus. So Achilles, I apologize. So he ain't a spring chicken. He's still kind of old. But he's not as old as like Aaron Rodgers, but like he up there in age. So give me the Steelers, man. Give me the Steelers. Mike Tomlin, voodoo magic, man.
Give me Atlanta. And before so like as we see, you're gonna see these spreads. This is from Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Wednesday, September 4th at 8 p.m. If you're rewatching this a later time, this is where the spreads are. So before it was, I think yesterday it was at 3. And it moved up to 3.5. Well, I was going Jack Atlanta -3. But that half hook, that's hard to predict. That's hard to gather. Cause I could easily see a 20. I could see a 24-20. I can. Absolutely. But am I willing to bet that? No. I think Atlanta's gonna win because again, as you said it, he already said it for me. It's fade Russ. You know what I'm saying? Like fade Russ till proven otherwise. I think giving him the captain party to flow his ego, sure, that's cute. But no, till I have to see it to believe it. And even if I do see it, I'm still it's first of all, Ravens fan, fuck Pittsburgh. But non-biases aside, I think that Russ is still not good, and the defense of Atlanta is gonna be great. I'm very bullish on Atlanta's defense. I mentioned it yesterday. I'm mentioning it again. Not Buda Baker. What's his name? Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons, Matt Judon. That's very difficult to game plan against. So I'm not gonna say no fly zone vibes. I think that's Baltimore. Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a no fly zone, but that's like a very similar, obviously Falcon Birds, like no fly zone as well. I think they're gonna be a very good defense. It might go underrated for a little bit because no one's talking about Atlanta like that for real. But I think give me Atlanta. And if it was -3, I'd say -3. But I could say with confidence, fuck Steelers. Sidebar, that is one of my survivor picks in one of my leagues. Atlanta.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. All right. Jags, Dolphins. I'll keep it short. Give me the Dolphins because it's September in Miami. It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot. Hill's gonna go probably for $1. Waldo might go for a calm 75. What a tutty. I think Tua throws 2 touchdowns, probably 300 yards. And then Mostert and A-Chain clean up the rest. I still have to see it from the Jags. Defensively, they sold the bag a lot last year. They do have like Josh. I think he changed his name, but I forgot his name.
It's Hines Allen.
Josh Hines Allen. He's pretty good. Great, in my opinion. But that's pretty much it. Trayvon Walker is proven to be a bust. Maybe should have took Aiden Hutchinson, but they chose to take Trayvon Walker. That's cute. I don't know. I gotta see it to believe it for Jacksonville's defense. Offensively, I love Brian Thomas from LSU. Big physical receiver, fast. I don't like Gabe Davis. They gave him the bag. I'm like, mid. So I don't know. I feel like Give me the Dolphins, and also sidebar, give me the over. Because I haven't checked it, but I'm pretty sure.
48 and a half.
Huh?
48 and a half.
No. I'm not that. Give me that. I
Oh,
can easily see a 30 something to 20 something game. I'm saying last year we was talking about overs, and we had a tracker on the amount of overs that they hit last season. It'll be a lot
yeah, for
because
sure.
the high powered offense of Miami. So give me the Dolphins. Shit. Might fuck around go with the spread, but I think I already made my bet. I just said money line, so
I got the Dolphins minus 3.5 as well. Everything you said, September, hot ass Miami. Yeah, Jacksonville's in Florida, but there's a different type of heat when you get to Miami. I got the over. I don't see anybody on that defense being able to guard Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert. Like, I don't see anybody being able to guard him. So therefore, give me the 3.5. Also love the over as well. Patriots at Bengals. The vibes are not vibing right now in Cincinnati.
what you mean?
Jamar Chase still hasn't been paid. Yeah, he showed up because he has to, but does he want to? No. He can't pull a Trent Williams and sit out a whole year. He can't do that. He ain't that important. He's great. He ain't that important.
I seem to remember someone saying that. Oh, he's better than Jefferson.
Yo, my mans. I wonder who said that.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. I think, call it just my gut feeling, bro. I truly think the Patriots plus 8.5 is a play.
Okay.
I truly think that. I think this game is going to be ugly. Over is 40.5. I think it goes under because either the Patriots defense, because they are prideful and Gerard Mayo is a first time coach, and then the defense is going to be legit. There's the offense that you have question about. Patriots offense is going to stink this year. I'm not trying to make they're going to score 30 points. No, their offense is going to suck this year. I just think that Joe Burrow always struggles in week one. He always needs a couple games to get right, and then they start going off for winning streaks. Like 2 years ago, they lost to the Steelers or tied with the Steelers, or I think lost in overtime, like almost whatever, tied or lost. And then last year, they got destroyed by the Cleveland Browns because the offensive line couldn't block for shit. Still can't really block for anybody. And yes, if the Patriots had moved Matthew Judon, this line wouldn't be 8.5. It wouldn't be, but it'd still be probably Bengals minus like 5, minus 6 type shit. I got the Patriots win. Call it a gut feeling. Not to win, to cover. I apologize. Whether they win or not is icing on the cake. Plus 8.5 seems like a lot for week one.
I have Bengals money line. One of my survivor picks as well. I'm in like multiple leagues for like $1 entry, so that is one of my picks as well. I think, granted, they're like, oh, but they play better teams. The goal of Survivor is to survive. So you gotta sometimes, especially week one, you gotta go out with the easy ones, man. I think you said it perfectly. The fact that they didn't start Drake May. If they maybe I put Drake May there, I'm not like maybe pull a Stephen A. You feel me? Maybe pull a Stephen A. and pull a whole fade the AFC North like I did last year. I'm not gonna do that. I'm mature. But I will say, defensively, it's gonna be a long day because Joe Burrow was hungry because he ain't playing man long. He hasn't played a snap since he hurt his wrist, which is also a bit of concern. I would say why I would maybe lean the Patriots 8.5 because we don't know. Like, he did a couple passes in the preseason, go full like live for 60 minutes, maybe 60 handle, like makes handles with pass plays. We don't know how that wrist is gonna look. So he could dye his hair all he wants, but hey, I might lean with you with the 8.5 because that's a way higher number. I might even see that shit down to freaking 15. Man, a little 17. Maybe. We'll see. But I don't know, man. I think the Bengals win. They maybe make a statement and drop like a calm 30 something. Joe Burrow with a calm little 400. T with 2 touchdowns. If Chase plays, wrap. But I think T. Higgins also wants to make a statement as well because this is last season in Cincinnati because he's not resigning there. So yeah, that's what I think. All right,
Fair.
Texans, Colts. It's odd, right? Majority of these home teams are favored or like slight underdogs. Now, 2.5 is not a lot. 2.5 is not a lot. But man, mind you, you get 3 points for being at home. So this is at Houston. It might have been Texans -4 or -5. Now, Anthony Richardson, explosive guy. You said it yesterday. Don't try to be Cam, but try to be Josh Allen. I'm going with Texans -2.5 because defensively, I'm not all that bought in with Indy yet. I'm not. I'm not. Am I bought in with Houston? They got Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter and Derek Stingley Jr., who I like a lot. That's pretty much it. And a lot of veterans in other places. Can that be a detriment or a benefit? Having that experience, but not really big names except for 3 players? Maybe. But the high powered offense that Houston has at their disposal with Diggs, Dell, Collins, Joe Mixon, bum ass Joe Mixon, and the young buck CJ. Can they make something shake?
Mm.
I think they will. So give me the Texans week 1 against Indy.
I got the Texans as well. I know I live in Indy, and all of my coworkers are Colts fans, so I get to see them on Monday, laugh in their face when the Colts lose. I have the Texans being the number 1 seed in the AFC for a reason, man. They're gonna beat up on the entire AFC South. This starts week 1. They're a better team. I also would sprinkle in the over. The over is 48.5. Like I think that both teams. I as much as I love Derek Stingley and Daniel Hunter and also Will Anderson, there's still secondary questions on the Texan side, and the Colts couldn't stop a nosebleed last year. So definitely don't know what they did in the offseason. Can't really, not gonna lie, I don't really follow Indy football. I know I live in Indianapolis, but I don't follow the Colts, so I don't really know what happened. But
Hey,
just
AR and JT though.
oh yeah, they're gonna put up points. That's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna put up points, but can they stop them? That's my thing. So I'd go with Texans -2.5, and also will sprinkle in the over as well. Vikings and Giants. Glad this is on Red Zone because I wouldn't watch it if I had to get paid for it. Daniel Jones is so bad, but so is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold coming back to New York for the first time. Well, not probably for the first time, but for like as a starting quarterback for the first time. I got the Giants, man. I think the Giants defense, we talked about it yesterday. Giants defense is going to be sneaky great. Not even sneaky good, sneaky great. Brian Burns, I have all the respect for Brian Burns, and especially facing him so many times as a Saints fan. And obviously, Kayvon Thibodeau's great, fantastic. They don't have a good secondary, so Justin Jefferson's probably going to go for a $150 because Sam Darnold's only option is going to be like, hey, F it, JJ's down there somewhere. But outside of that, they don't have a running game. They don't have a good offensive line. The Vikings just don't have anything that appeals to me. And hey, man, they want to justify getting rid of Saquon. They better win this game. That simple. So go ahead, Giants. Go 1-0. Join the club, and hopefully, hey. So I got the Giants to win outright. I won't mind taking that 1.5 though. If you give me the 1.5, I'll take it. But I got the Giants winning outright.
I 100% agree with you. I think the 1.5, I like that a lot because even if they do lose on like a last second field goal, like 24-23, it still covers. Like even if they can even get to 23, a 17-16, whatever, I think the Giants could definitely cover. I have them winning. I think the defense, they're gonna be juiced up by being at home. You didn't mention Sexy Dexy.
Oh, facts. They didn't mention them at all.
So yeah, that's a 3-headed monster in the Sexy Dexy. Yeah, the 3-headed monster in a freaking D line is nuts. Pro bowlers everywhere. I think, and then Deontay Banks. I think that's their corner. He's
Mhm.
gonna have a tall task. Just
Oof.
who I believe the best receiver in the game right now. But at the end of the day, it's like if your offensive line can't block besides Christian Darrisaw, what are you really gonna do? Kayvon Thibodeau, if he don't eat, if you're doubling him, Brian Burns is gonna eat up. If you double Dexter Lawrence, both the edges are fucked up. So it's like you're gonna lose unless you have a solid game plan and you attack them with a solid running game. And Aaron Jones is a little washed, a little long in the tooth, there. So I think give me the Giants at home. If it was at Minnesota, I probably wouldn't win Minnesota. But it's at Giants. It's your first game. You might not have a lot of them. So give me to catch this dub. All right. Real quick, before you talk your shit. Panthers at Saints, 3.5 spread. I think I have what I have in my notes here. I have Saints minus 3.5. I think defense gonna hold it down. I think Derek Carr and Olave is gonna connect. I think I can see a 70-yard bomb to Shaheed and Alvin Kamara fully healthy from the get-go. He's gonna lock in. He's gonna do his little shifty shit and hopefully score a touchdown. Let's Taysom Hill. Unless Taysom Hill steals another touchdown from him, which Matt is gonna be in our chat, just like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? But in all seriousness, I think the Saints will win at home. I think you might not similar to the Giants. You might not have a lot of them wins. You might not. You have an old team, and it might be the last ride for a lot of you guys at New Orleans. So make this year count. Start off with a win against Carolina, who have their own question marks. So let's go.
Hey, man, fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. Listen, man. Listen. So I saw this interesting stat. Shout out to Twitter or X or whatever it's called. Guess who has the longest win streak in week 1? Saints do. 5 years in a row. Starting off 1-0. We have the longest win streak. I was like, ooh. But the next closest is Miami. Yeah, thank you. Look, Shabazz said everything that needs to be said, man. It's painful being a Saints fan right now because we're in this mediocrity. That's all we are. We're good enough to beat the bad teams like the Panthers. But we're not good enough to compete in the NFC. And that's what we need to do. We need to compete against the elites of the NFC. And when we do compete, we lose by some dumb shit. So let's not keep it close. Week 1s are typically great for veteran defenses that had time to prepare and time to see as much film as possible. So give me, again, I have the Saints obviously making the Super. Not Super. I have them realistically not making Super Bowl, but we can go 10-7 and win the NFC South. If not now, then when? We can't lose to the bum ass Panthers. The Saints are one of my survivor picks. I know I can't pick them again after the season, but to be honest, as Shabazz said, just survive. Just get in there and survive. We destroyed the Panthers back to back. Like they haven't beaten us in like 6 years. Not 6 years, but they probably snuck one in. But for like the last 6 years, we're like 11-1 or 10-2 against the Panthers. Like we handled business. Bryce Young, and they did get Deontay Johnson. But like I said, our veteran defense, we also added Chase Young as well over the offseason. So he's healthy. No injury problems with him. We still have Cam Jordan. We have DeMario Davis, underrated linebacker, and our corners best defensive backfield in the country. Actually, I'm about to say like Notre Dame, but genuinely we have a top 5 secondary. So and our defense is top 10. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just survive in advance. But I got us by 3.5 because I think we scored a pick 6 or scoop and score or get great field position all the time. Our offense has to lock the fuck in. I know we don't have that anymore. We're not really trying to get all motivational. We're not trying to steal. We're trying to be succinct as possible. but we have to lock in. We have a new offensive coordinator. He came from the Niners, so a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of getting the best playmakers the ball. So get Shaheed the ball, get Olave the ball, and obviously get Alvin Kamara the ball as well. We gotta lock in. So that's that for me. Shabazz is be right back, but for now, Cardinals at Bills, the last of the 1 o'clock window. Cardinals at Bills. Do I call it? Do I call it? I can't call it. I got the Bills to win, but sneakily, I love a cover by the Cardinals. The defense for the Bills lost a lot of people.
They did.
They lost a lot of people. I also sneakily like the over as well at 48.5. I think that they both will score points because the Cardinals, we know they have Buda Baker and Isaiah Simmons, and that's it. Like they don't have anybody else on defense that's like known or well renowned. But the Bills, they have Von Miller and what's his name, Gregory Rousseau.
Yeah.
Nobody, no secondary. DeMar Hamlin is starting. Yeah. So I got the Cardinals plus 6.5. Call it intuition, call it week one, call it just I'm really high on the Cardinals offense. I really am. So I think they keep it close and they might lose, but hey, good teams win, great teams cover. Simple.
I got the Bills winning, man. Straight money line. If I were a more betting man than I am, I would probably lean Arizona 6.5. I think Kyler and Marzamari go crazy. I guess that's trash. I definitely wouldn't be surprised that Arizona kept it close going into the fourth. But I have Josh Allen as one of my MVP picks. I think he does something like you do rarely see, and he just takes over. And I think him and Keon Coleman start to build that connection. So I think the Bills, especially at home, you gotta start off home at the right foot. So give me the Bills to win. Do I know what's gonna be? I don't. Might be a low scoring game. Who knows? Might be high scoring. Both defenses aren't good, so it could definitely be a shootout. So I can definitely see it in over as well. So we'll see. But give me the Bills to win though. All right, Raiders, Chargers. Jim Harbaugh's first game. I have actually one of my survivors, which was a free one I did. I have the Chargers. I think also, but in this game particularly, I have Chargers -3. I think the offense of the Raiders is trash besides Devontae and Jacoby Myers. Gardner Minshew's cheeks and whoever else they got. It's not Skylar Thompson. Aiden O'Connell. Trash. So besides Devontae and Jacoby Myers, that's all they got. Defensively, though, Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, that's a good 1-2 punch. But besides that, very lackluster defensively. Oh, and also they got freaking Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. So shout out to the tight end room. But other than that, I can't see a scenario where, they make something shake. I think the Chargers run the ball down their throat, attack them, and Justin Herbert makes enough plays with his arms and with his legs to start the Jim Harbaugh regime 1-0. So give me the Chargers -3.
I agree. Not much to say. Justin Herbert's fully healthy. He declared it today. No problem with his foot. I think, again, that's it. That's all I really can say. I believe in the Chargers to make the playoffs, and they got to start winning games. Simple as that. Seahawks and Broncos. Oh, I'm glad I'm going to be driving back home during this 4 o'clock window, so this is going to be fine. I've been listening to it on my phone. Seahawks.
You have Red Zone on your phone while you driving?
Yeah. Well, I got a month free because I bet $5 on DraftKings. So go check out DraftKings. You got $5, you get NFL Plus for a month, and Red Zone's a part of it. So word. It's called shameless, non-sponsored plug. Regardless, though, Seahawks -5.5. I guess I lean that. Yes, Pat Surtain got the bag today. I think 98 mil. I don't know how many years, probably 4 years, 98 mil. So he got the bag. He got paid, and rightfully so. But again, Broncos got nobody. Like nobody. They have Cortland Sutton and a Bo Nix, who's a rookie, who has experience, who's played a lot of games in college.
They got my estimate, no?
They do have Audric Estime. You're right. They do. They do. I don't know if he's starting though. That's a valid question. Um, but Seattle, man, give me Seattle at home. That's all. That's all I really got. I don't really have a side. If I had to pick a spread, I'd go 5.5 for Seattle to cover. But I don't know. That game is just black to me. I can't lie to you.
Give me. Where do I have my notes here? My handy dandy notepad. Seahawks money line. I think Seahawks just win the game. Similar to the Chargers, where I think a big Kenneth Walker game incoming. Because I have him in fantasy. But also Mike McDonald, kind of like I guess John Harbaugh tree, run the ball, play good defense. Like that's the identity that they want to have. Obviously, we have DK, Tyler Lockett, and JSN. So there's going to be a very balanced attack. I think it's going to because Pastor Tan can't guard everybody.
Right.
You can only lock down one. And if I was going to lock down one, I'd probably have him lock down DK, which leaves the room open for Tyler and JSN to go off. Also, freeing the box for Kenneth Walker. So I think it's going to be overwhelming for Bo Nix's first start. But I definitely see a scenario where hey, Bo Nix makes something shake and put the world on notice. 4 or 5 games is not a lot of them, so it's definitely easier to like watch all of them. So hopefully we see a lot of this in red zone. That's all I watch is red zone. So hopefully I see a couple highlights here and there. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. America's game of the week. Tom Brady's first game as an analyst, as a commentator. Cowboys at the Browns, which is surprising. I'm surprised it's not at Dallas. I was tossing and turning with my head, like, damn, but I gotta go with what you mentioned earlier about the vibes. The vibes are not great in Dallas right now. I mentioned it yesterday, and you don't have them making the playoffs. I was this close to not having them making the playoffs because the vibes are not vibing right now. So give me the Browns, actually, -2.5 at home. I said the Chargers, sorry. The Cowboys can't stop the run. Oh, no, I lied. Browns money line, sorry. But if you want to go 2.5, you definitely can. Like, it's right there. I think the points don't really matter. I just have the Browns winning. They can't stop the run. They can barely stop the pass. Deron Bland's out, so they have Trayvon Diggs coming off an ACL. Deshaun Watson is now or never, dog. It's now or never, dog. Nick Chubb's not going to be there for at least 4 weeks, maybe 6. Yeah. So you got to man the ship until he comes back and maybe make a playoff push. Myles Garrett coming off a depoy. He's going to set the tone. Rookie left tackle. Woo-wee. To have your first game against that brother, good luck. Good luck. I think besides CD, they don't really have nobody. So Denzel Ward, go off, King. Joker, go off, King. He just got paid too last week. So I think the Browns defense is nice, man. It's really good. It's really, really good. So I'm going with the Browns at home. If it was at Dallas, I might have leaned differently because Dallas rarely loses at home. But I think the pressure of Dak and CD just now getting paid and the shadow behind Jerry Jones in the ear, I think give me the Browns at home and just shut all that shit down and start that snowball effect starting it early.
I got the Browns -2.5. I think if this was at Dallas, I'd probably lean Dallas.
Exactly. It's one of those.
Literally because it's at Cleveland, I'm going with Cleveland. Everything you said is valid. I don't want to echo too much your same sentiments, but just a running back. It's now or never for Deshaun Watson. He has to perform. You have to, because like you're getting paid so much money to not perform. That's gonna be sad. They can't cut you. It's dead cat. So you're just in a suck situation. You were balling before you got hurt with your shoulder, by the way. I will give him that. He was doing well. Not great, but well. He was doing what he was supposed to do. Winning games with his arm and sometimes with his legs. Defense, Myles Garrett's about to feast on the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. Cowboys can't run the ball.
They can't.
And that's how you stop a pass rush like the Browns have. You run the ball, control the time of possession. They can't stop the run and they can't run the ball. Michael Parsons is not a power, he's a speed rusher. He get after the quarterback for sure, but they don't have a defensive line. Yeah, they have DeMarcus Lawrence, who's cool, I guess. They don't have any big boys up front that's gonna stop the run. So yes, Nick Chubb is out, but Jerome Ford's still there, Kareem Hunt's still there. Like, still run the ball, play action. Amari Cooper's still there. They just got Jerry Jeudy, who's serviceable. Hey, I'm not saying they win by 30. They just gotta win by a field goal or more. Simple. And you mentioned, hey, Bo Nix being able to show some because you've played so many games and you might be able to sneak up on people. Upset alert. I got the Commanders plus 3.5. I think they went outright. I think Jaden Daniels, again, I think I have him being offensive rookie of the year. You have him definitely being offensive rookie of the year.
Yep.
I think he's gonna have an RG3-esque impact. He's played 5 years of college football. He's played in the biggest arenas and the biggest stages. He's just won the Heisman. He knows, he's seen it all and been it all and seen exactly what to do. Starting off at Arizona State, then transferring to LSU. He's seen a lot of ball, and I think he hits the ground running. Todd Bowles is a fantastic coach, but the Bucs are at their ceiling. Commanders are so much unknown that they could be fantastic or can all implode. I think they get the new regime. Ron Rivera's not there. Dan Snyder's not there. Dan Quinn's there now as a coach. I think he is a good culture builder, and I think they upset week 1. That's my bet. I think they bet on themselves and they love Jaden Daniels. They probably love him more than Caleb, if I'm being honest, because he has that readiness. Like, boom, he knows how to read an offense and make it happen. He is frail, but the Bucs don't have a great defense. A lot of their guys, you talked about the Saints being old. They have Antoine Winfield Jr., who we talked about yesterday, like the best safeties in football. His name has to be mentioned as well. But other than that, Carlton Davis, Vontae David,
Vita Veda though, hey,
Vita Veda is great. I'll give him that. But hey, Commanders, I'm not saying they're gonna be. This might be a barn burner. This might be like an over love dream. But I got the Commanders to win outright, man. I'm feeling it.
I got the Commanders plus 3.5. I think on FanDuel I have the money line, but I think definitely 3.5. Let me check. I have if I can scroll up. Yep, 3.5 for sure. Even if they do lose, it's gonna be close. I think both teams are gonna have a lot of holes that the other team can exploit. For the Bucs, I think it's the offensive line. I think it's the lack of another runner besides Rashad Wright. And plus Baker Mayfield, me and him, we cool now. It's not no smoking that Baker pack, but it's also like acknowledging the fact that he's very average at best. But the unknown of Jaden Daniels in his first start, definitely stir up the pot for offensive rookie of the year, and maybe put his name as like the Bears should drafted me instead. So I think RG3 impact is the perfect analogy there. So give me the Commanders plus 3.5. I have the upset as well, but if you want to be safe, the 3.5 is definitely where I'm going as well. I already put $1 on it, so we lit. All right, Sunday night football on NBC. Rams at Lions is the best on TV. 3.5. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. Lions at home in a dome, Jared Goff comfortable, but with expectations comes pressure. Now, will pressure make the diamonds or pressure make Cole? I think they make Cole. I think give me the Rams upset plus 3.5.
Uh,
Even if they lose, I'm definitely betting the Rams plus 3.5. Let me make sure I did. Yep, Rams. You gotta see it on my phone here. Rams plus 3.5. Because I just feel like it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think last time it was Lions by 3. That hook, that. So unless it's a 27-23 or a 30-24 kind of game, I think it's going to be high scoring. I still think the Lions defense is suspect. I,
yeah.
like they can put as much points on the board, but so can the Rams now. Kyron, Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua, Blake Corum, a solid, a better improved offensive line and a better improved defensive line. Except with we talked about it yesterday, without the Hall of Fameness greatness of Aaron Donald. But they're young cats in year 2 and 3. Their young cats are getting better. So I think the Rams could actually go in there and upset them. If not upset them, then definitely cover the 3.5.
My brother, I love you, but you're wrong on this one, man. I definitely I love the Snake Cooper Cup, Puka, Kyron, Blake Corum, like a lot of a lot of cuz, right? Matthew Stafford also fantastic, but offensive line for the Lions is probably top 2, top 3 in the league. They can run the ball. They want to run the ball. And with that comes play action. They want to run the ball with Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery. They have a fantastic tight end in Sam Laporta Potty. Amon Ra, the sun god. Come on, man. That's probably gonna be my next jersey that I get. I love Amon Ra, man. I love me some Amon Ra. I don't love Jared Goff, but I do love him in the dome. And Dan Campbell, as you have him being coach of the year, I think I have the Lions as the 1 seed in the NFC. So just like I have the Texans, like starting their road to the 1 seed, I have the Lions starting their road to the 1 seed as well. There's no faith, there's no football analysis on that one. I think just the better offensive line, the better weapons around. Not as they're comparable. I'll say that it's about a push on weapons. Yes, the Rams have a better quarterback, but the defensive line isn't as great without Aaron Donald. And Aiden Hutchinson, he gonna have a good day. So give me the lines. And then Monday night football. Jets, Niners. Whoever's sick joke decided to put Aaron Rodgers again on Monday Night Football, back-to-back years against the same players that hurt his Achilles last year. I love the sick joke, and I think because it's a sick joke that the Jets win. I think just like last year, 2 plays in, Achilles is gone. They have no hope. As much crap as Nick Wright gives in terms of the weapons on the Jets, Garrett Wilson is a dog.
He is indeed.
So is Brees Hall. They're different. And then their defense, like they kept them in games so much last year. Hell, they won them the week 1 game against Josh Allen last year. Why? Because Josh Allen wants to be throwing 4 interceptions, 3 of them to the same guy. He had a hat trick, and then a punt return touchdown wins it, walk off, fantastic on 9/11. It was great. It was insane. Give me the Jets plus 4.5, but also to win outright. I think again we talked about the vibes being off for a few teams during this prediction show. I think the vibes they're getting better in San Francisco now that Trent Williams just got paid or agreed to an extension or rearrangement of his contract. Christian McCaffrey's practicing. Ayuk's back. Debo's there. George Kittle. Again, now that the vibes are vibing again. But I think the Jets vibes. I think the expectations about expectations with the Lions. The expectation for the Jets is to let's go on the road and like they punch him in the mouth and let's go. Like, let's make it happen. They have all pros on defense. They have Pro Bowlers everywhere. Go on the road and showed like what we're expecting the Jets to be for Moosey's sake and Jason's sake. Because if that doesn't happen and the Giants end up winning, oh,
Jaden and Matt gonna talk to each 100%, 100%. I'm rolling with you, man. I'm rolling with the Jets as well. I think the vibes in New York, um, I think they're good. I think they're pretty good. And the vibes in 40 in San Fran, they're all right now. Like you mentioned with Trent Williams and you getting signed, but a whole offseason with them not playing at all, no practicing, it's gonna be a little bit slow. Um, and I think the Jets need to win more. I think that the 49ers can fuck around and lose week one and still end up maybe like 11 or 12 wins because they have some gimmies in there. I think the Jets, especially in that loaded AFC, but more specifically the AFC East with Miami and the Buffalo Bills, I think they need to win more. So I think they're gonna go out and Aaron Rodgers, Peter Strager has Aaron Rodgers as an MVP. So, Peter Strager, he be chatting a lot. He makes the easy picks, whatever. But when he's going out on a limb and saying Aaron Rodgers MVP, just as the one seed, it has to start somewhere. So I actually think they go into San Francisco and they catch a dub. So that's what I got. That's what we got, man. Now, Survivor picks. We were sprinkling it in throughout the show who we leaning in Survivor. I have 3 teams that you can potentially use if you're watching this and you're like, oh, you don't know who you want to pick for Survivor. I have 3 teams. One, the Chargers. I think the Chargers can definitely win the game. I have Atlanta. Atlanta is going to be favored in a lot of games. They definitely can win 11 or 12 games. So you might not want to use them now. And I also have Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati, I mentioned earlier, the goal of Survivor is to survive, right? Survivor is hard. Trust. Especially if you have no mulligans. So to go with the easy pick would not be, it'll be a cop out. I know it would be a cop out. But for me, Atlanta, Chargers, or fuck around, pick the Saints too, or Cincinnati. Those 4 teams, I think you have a great chance of advancing to week 2.
so I agree with most of those. Just the Falcons one. It's a lot of new. It's a lot of newness. The defense is great, and they'll be fine off rip. It's just a lot of newness in that offense. But my 2 picks, I got Chicago beating the Titans. They got to start the C-Dub era right at home. This is where like all the last 2 years and all the is Justin Fields the guy and all that stuff that has to be now. Like C-Dub has to make it happen.
C-Dub.
C-Dub, word, C-Dub, seeing dubs, C type shit. And the Saints, again, we've won 5 week 1 games in a row. We're looking for 6. If not now, I don't know when you'll pick them again. Maybe you try to avoid road teams, and you try to avoid road teams, especially if they're playing a division game. So you won't pick. I wouldn't pick them on the road against the Panthers. Like they have a not great schedule to start the season. Like if you can go 3-3, that'd be great. But I gotta start with a win. So my 2 picks in my multiple leagues, I have Bears in one, and I have the Saints in another. Those are my 2 picks for sure. And then the last thing we gotta talk about is parlays, man. As we talk about this all the time, we say it jokingly, but if you tell us and you lose, don't blame us, man. Don't blame us. This is week 1. There's a lot of unknowns. But when you win, you gotta bless us, Hey, we take Cash App, Zelle type shit, or whatever. Don't put your whole life savings in this parlays. Gamble responsibly. We only be betting $1 or $2.50 here and there. We're doing it for the love of the game and love of the sport and love of the action. Not trying to get rich, but obviously, if you decide to put like 50 bands on it and it cashes, slime me a little.
Show me the money, man.
Show me the money. So we have what we call FID, Friends in Distress parlay, where we parlay all of our teams to win outright. So we have unfortunately a Patriots fan in our midst. So our first parlay is involving not the Patriots. It's simple: Ravens, Giants, Saints, Jets. All the win, no spread, no win by 2 or cover. No, straight up money line. And if you listen to our show, we picked every single one of these outcomes to happen anyway. If you just parlay those 4 picks, Ravens, Giants, Saints, Jets, is plus 1804, essentially 18 to 1. So you put $1 on it, you win 18. Simple, elegant, nothing too crazy. If you want to get a little spice, if you want to get a little spice,
Bro,
our Patriots fan in our midst, we don't think they're gonna win.
no,
We don't think they're gonna win. But do they cover?
they might.
8.5? They might. So we add a parlay part deux. Shout out to the France. Ravens, Giants, Saints, Jets, all money line. And then sprinkle in the Pats 8.5 to increase the odds to plus 35, 38. Essentially 35 to 1. So $1.
Yeah, to win 35 cash. Hey man, that's good money.
That's good money.
50 cents to win 17. You feel me? Like, hey, that's good money right there.
Hey,
25 cents to win $9. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, 10 cents to win 35 cents. You feel me? Like, hey, you feel me? Like, hey, no, 10 cents to win $3.
350. Point is, gamble responsibly, support FID, friends in distress, word. And obviously, I also hang out with my best friend's a Bears fan. Well, one of my best friends is a Bears fan. So I sprinkle in a Ravens, Bears, Saints parlay. I think parlay the Saints and Bears and all that good stuff. So definitely check those out. We back. We back. That's all I really can say. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, a succincter show, a clearer, conciser show. We talked about every game, what to expect, our thoughts on the games as well. Obviously, a biased picks with the Ravens and Saints respectively. But before all that, enjoy week 1. We're finally back. We're the dog days of summer are over. We're finally into the heat of fall. But I'm Natty Babs. That's Shabazz. Please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. Live your life in the 4 F's and the V: faith, family, food, football,
and
vindication.
And we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Be there or be there. You know what I'm saying? You got no choice. Welcome to the family if you're new. See you guys on Tuesday. Again, Shabazz, 90 Baps. Week 1's back. Week 1's back. Catch on the flip, man. See, if y'all see me on 2K, man, run.